Welcome to World News and Indian Perspective on All India Radio. This is Vaibhav Jyotsna Srivastav, and with me is Manoj Singh Rana, bringing glimpses of the major developments of the day from across the globe. Over the next half an hour, we shall bring you the latest from the world of politics, economy, sports, entertainment and more. The headlines. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurates Pragati Maidan Integrated Transit Corridor project in New Delhi. Says government is focusing on modernization of infrastructure driven by increasing ease of living for common people. Seventh round of Joint Consultative Commission between India and Bangladesh held in New Delhi. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar says both countries are looking forward to cooperate in new domains including artificial intelligence, cybersecurity and startups. 4 terrorists killed by security forces in separate encounters in Indian Union territory of Jammu and Kashmir. In France, second round voting for National Assembly is underway. Historic torch relay for 44th Chess Olympiad launched by Prime Minister at Indira Gandhi Stadium in Delhi. Tokyo Olympic gold medalist Neeraj Chopra clinches javelin gold in 2022 Kuorthane Games in Finland. And in cricket, fifth and final T20 international match between India and South Africa called off due to persistent rain in Bengaluru. Series ends at 2-2. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi dedicated to the nation the main tunnel and 5 underpasses of Pragati Maidan Integrated Transit Corridor project in New Delhi on Sunday. The project has been built at a cost of more than 920 crore rupees, entirely funded by the central government. It is aimed to provide hassle-free and smooth access to the new world-class exhibition and convention centre being developed at Pragati Maidan. Speaking at the event, Mr. Modi said the project is a part of the campaign to transform Pragati Maidan according to the needs of the 21st century. He called the project a big gift from the central government to the people of Delhi. He said modern infrastructure developed by the central government is changing the picture of Delhi. Prime Minister Modi said government focusing on modernization of infrastructure driven by increasing ease of living for the common people.
ये इंटीग्रेटेड ट्रांजिट कॉरिडोर प्रगति मैदान प्रदर्शनी स्थल को 21वीं सदी की आवश्यकताओं के अनुसार ट्रांसफॉर्म करने का अभियान का हिस्सा है। दशकों पहले भारत की प्रगति को भारतीयों के सामर्थ्य, भारत के प्रोडक्ट्स, हमारी संस्कृति को शोकेस करने के लिए प्रगति मैदान निर्माण हुआ था। लेकिन उसके बाद भारत बहुत बदल गया। देश की राजधानी में विश्व स्तरीय कार्यक्रमों के लिए स्टेट ऑफ द आर्ट सुविधाएं हो, एग्जीबिशन हॉल हो, और इसको ध्यान में रखते हुए आज देश के कई हिस्सों में भारत सरकार निरंतर काम कर रही है।
Mr. Modi recalled the enormity of the challenge in completing the project due to the traffic congestion and the pandemic. He credited the new work culture of New India and the workers and engineers for completing the project.
इतने कम समय में इस इंटीग्रेटेड ट्रांजिट कॉरिडोर को तैयार करना जरा भी आसान नहीं था। जिन सड़कों के इर्द गिर्द ये कॉरिडोर बना है वो दिल्ली की सबसे व्यस्ततम सड़कों में से एक है, और ये जो टनल बनी है उसके ऊपर तो 7 रेलवे लाइंस गुजर रही है। इन सारी मुश्किलों के बीच कोरोना धमका, अनेक मुसीबतें पैदा होती हैं देश को आगे ले जाने में। इस प्रोजेक्ट को भी वैसी कठिनाइयों से गुजरना पड़ा, लेकिन ये नया भारत है, समस्याओं का समाधान भी करता है, नए संकल्प भी लेता है और उन संकल्पों को सिद्ध करने के लिए अहरनिश प्रयास करता है।
The Prime Minister said Delhi is emerging as one of the best connected capitals of the world. Mr. Modi said in the last 8 years, government has taken unprecedented steps to solve the problems of Delhi NCR. The Prime Minister said that the country is creating multimodal connectivity through the vision of PM Gati Shakti National Master Plan. He said PM Gati Shakti is a medium of Sabka Vishwas and Sabka Prayas. He emphasized that for the first time, government is giving importance to urban planning on such large scale. Mr. Modi said work is being done to provide better facilities to everyone, from the urban poor to the urban middle class.
बीते 8 साल में 1,70,00,000 से ज्यादा शहरी गरीबों को पक्के घर देना सुनिश्चित हुआ है। मध्यम वर्ग के लाखों परिवारों को भी उनके घर के लिए मदद की गई है। शहरों में अगर आधुनिक पब्लिक ट्रांसपोर्ट पर फोकस किया जा रहा है तो सीएनजी आधारित मोबिलिटी, इलेक्ट्रिक मोबिलिटी के इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर भी उतना ही अधिक फोकस कर रहे हैं।
The seventh round of the Joint Consultative Commission JCC between India and Bangladesh was held in New Delhi on Sunday. The meeting was co-chaired by External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar and Foreign Minister of Bangladesh A.K. Abdul Momen. This was the first physical JCC meeting after the COVID-19 pandemic. Mr. Momen arrived in India on a 3-day official visit on Saturday. The previous edition was held virtually in 2020. In his opening remarks, Dr. Jaishankar said India is looking forward to work with Bangladesh to take our ties to new domains: artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, startups and fintech. He said the better management of our long border is also a key priority. Dr. Jaishankar said the border guarding forces is committed to combating trans-border crimes. He said both the countries continue to work together to make sure that the border remains crime-free. The minister said the ties between India and Bangladesh on Sunday reflect the visionary leadership of Prime Minister Modi and Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. He said on Sunday that Bangladesh is India's largest development partner and also largest trade partner in the region. The Joint Consultative Commission reviewed the entire gamut of bilateral relations, including cooperation in the field in the wake of COVID-19, border management and security, trade and investment, connectivity, energy, water resources, development partnership, and regional and multilateral issues. Bangladesh Foreign Minister Dr. A.K. Abdul Momen has said that the proposed Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement CEPA will usher in a win-win situation in terms of possible gains in the realm of trade and commerce. Delivering his keynote address at a seminar organized by the High Commission of Bangladesh in Delhi and the Confederation of Indian Industries on Saturday, Dr. Momen expressed satisfaction that Bangladesh and India have made remarkable progress in bilateral cooperation during the last decade. He said that bilateral trade has been growing steadily over the years and crossed the landmark of $16 billion last year, despite the challenges posed by pandemic. He urged the Indian businessmen to invest in the two specialized economic zones of Bangladesh at Mongla and Mirsharai, dedicated to Indian investors, and stressed the two countries should look beyond border and work as partners toward building a prosperous and economically vibrant region.
The Government of India has decided that Employees State Insurance ESI scheme will be implemented in the entire country by the end of this year. Presently, ESI scheme is fully implemented in 443 districts and partially implemented in 153 districts, whereas 148 districts are not covered under the ESI scheme. The medical care services will be provided through establishing new dispensary-cum-branch office by tie-up with hospitals of Ayushman Bharat, Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana. The decision has been taken during the 188th meeting of ESI Corporation under the chairmanship of Labour and Employment Minister Bhupendra Yadav on Sunday. ESI Corporation has decided to set up 23 new 100-bedded hospitals across the country. In the Indian Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, 4 terrorists were gunned down by the joint team of security forces in separate encounters on Sunday in Kupwara and Kulgam districts. A Pakistani terrorist associated with Lashkar-e-Taiba terror outfit was among the 4 slain terrorists. Details are awaited. A terrorist outfit, ISIS-K, has reportedly claimed responsibility for the attack on a Gurudwara in Afghanistan's capital Kabul that killed at least 2 people and injured 7. 7 gunmen had tried to storm the Gurudwara in the early hours on Saturday morning and all were killed after a standoff. According to Kabul police, a Gurudwara official said 30 people were inside at the time of the attack.
French voters started to cast a ballot in 572 runoff races on Sunday to elect the 577-member National Assembly. A total of 1,148 candidates who won the support of at least 12.5% of registered voters in the first round in June 12 advanced to a Sunday contest. 5 candidates have won an absolute majority of more than 50% of the vote, with a turnout rate of no less than 25% in the constituency. According to the Interior Ministry, the legislative elections are contested between 3 blocs that were leading the first round race, namely President Emmanuel Macron's centrist alliance, Ensemble, left-wing alliance, NUPS, led by Jean-Luc Mélenchon, and far-right party National Rally led by Marine Le Pen, who lost the presidential election to Macron in a runoff in April. The preliminary results are scheduled to be announced after 11:30 p.m. IST. The abstention rate of the first round vote stood at 52.49% compared to 51.29% in 2017. A strong earthquake has hit the Noto region in central Japan. No tsunami alert has been issued. The magnitude of 5.4 earthquake struck the Noto region in Ishikawa Prefecture shortly after 3 p.m. on Sunday. The quake registered lower 6 on Japan's seismic intensity scale of 0 to 7 at Suzu City. Noto town registered lower 5 and the city of Wajima recorded 4. Japan's meteorological agency says the quake was at a depth of about 10 kilometers. The city registered a quake with an intensity of lower 5 in September last year. Prime Minister Kishida Fumio says the government has set up a task force at his office. This is All India Radio giving you the world news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on Twitter at AIR News Alerts.
Women soldiers of the Indian Army participated in the 4-day Women Peace and Security Seminar at Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia. The 4-day event kicked off on Thursday and is being held under the auspices of Mongolian President Ukhna Khurelsukh. Mongolian President said that the country will bolster the participation of women in the United Nations peacekeeping operations. Khurelsukh made the remarks during the opening ceremony of an international conference of female peacekeepers under the theme of Women, Peace and Security in Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia. This year marks the 20th anniversary of the first deployment of Mongolian peacekeepers to UN peacekeeping operations. The Union Law and Justice Minister Kiren Rijiju interacted with the Indian diaspora on Friday. The Union Minister arrived in Ulaanbaatar on June the 13th for an 11-day exposition of 4 holy relics of Lord Buddha from India. In Bangladesh, thousands of Rohingya refugees settled in camps in Ukhia and Teknaf Upazila of Cox's Bazar area brought out a demonstration on Sunday demanding to be sent back to their home country, Myanmar. They chanted the slogan "Back to Home," asking the global community to ensure their safe return to Myanmar. They also demanded that they should be recognized by their ethnic name Rohingya, reports the news agency UNB. Some of the organizers of the demonstration told the local media that they have organized the demonstration on the eve of the World Refugee Day on June the 20th to inform the world that the Rohingyas are citizens of Myanmar. The gathering also put forward a 7-point charter of demands which included immediate repatriation to Myanmar, abolition of the 1982 Citizenship Act of Myanmar, ensuring rights, safety and security of Rohingyas, and ending persecution of Rohingyas in Myanmar. No particular organization claimed to be behind the demonstration that took place on Sunday. Earlier in 2019, a large demonstration had taken place under the leadership of Rohingya leader Mohib Ullah, who was later shot dead in September 2021. More than 7.3 lakh Rohingya people fled Myanmar to Bangladesh after the military crackdown started in the Rakhine state in 2017. Currently, over 1 million Rohingya people live in refugee camps of Bangladesh waiting for repatriation to their homeland in the Rakhine province of Myanmar.
In today's Hotspot section, we bring you a special program on the International Day of Yoga celebrations organized by the Indian Embassy in Beijing at the India House.
Indian Embassy in Beijing organized International Day of Yoga celebrations at India House on Saturday, which was attended by Indian consulates in Shanghai, Guangzhou and Hong Kong. Indian diaspora, more than 500 Chinese yoga enthusiasts and people from other nationalities including diplomats in Beijing. India's ambassador to China, Pradeep Kumar Rawat, highlighted the essentiality of yoga in the pandemic era in dealing with mental anxiety in a world where timelines for many events and projects have lost their sanctity.
Has become a mass movement for health globally. Here in China, yoga is enjoying surging popularity as well. Our friends who have gathered here and connected with us virtually are the prime example of this. The COVID-19 pandemic has made us realize the overarching importance of health in our lives, and yoga is probably the best medium for being healthy. Recently, one Chinese friend mentioned to me that COVID is time killer and yoga is COVID killer. While this was said to me jokingly, but it conveyed great wisdom. Due to COVID-related disruptions and uncertainty, we have all seen how timelines for various projects and events have lost their sacrosanct meaning. Similarly, mental anxiety brought about due to such uncertainty requires cultivation of a mindset which is patient and is in harmony with our surroundings.
On this occasion, spiritual leader Sri Sri Ravi Shankar of Art of Living Foundation shared a special message for the Yoga Day celebration by Indian Embassy in China.
The ancient civilization has always believed the world as one family. And there is a special connection between India and China that's through spirituality, through meditation, through medicine, culture, and all that. There are many shared values, commonality between the people of India and people of China. I'm pleased to know the Indian Embassy in China is organizing the International Yoga Day celebrations. Let all of us wish for the best health of people around the world. You know, yoga has many benefits. It not only improves us physically, but it also gives the mental and spiritual strength. Yoga has been proved to eliminate stress. Breathing exercises, the kriya, pranayama, meditation has always been helpful in having people come out of depression. In this time of pandemic, there is aggression, there is depression and sense of hopelessness in people, and I would recommend every one of you, all yoga enthusiastic ones, to reach out to other people around and help them to get into yoga and meditation. Pranayama, breathing exercise and meditation can boost our immune system and make us feel well. Let's all create a happy society around us. Let there be peace and happiness in the world, and all those who love yoga will always move in this direction of peace and world peace. Let us all say Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
To celebrate the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, more than 75 yoga schools across China were also connected online with the help of various consulates and Indian yoga gurus. Indian yoga guru N.K. Singh from Manipur, founder of Om Shiva Yoga in China, conducted the common yoga protocol to the gathering and those who connected online to inhabit the common consciousness of yoga.
I feel very honored to be the one who lead this International Day of Yoga, and I'm very happy that this much people, around 700 people, come here to join. At the same time, it connects with 75 centers all over China. So it is a big event, and I think it is very successfully organized by the Indian Embassy, and I'm very thankful to everyone who attended, and I feel that through this we will spread huge positive about this yoga to this community.
Prominent Indian yoga gurus Ashish and Hemant also joined the event at India House.
Today we celebrate 8th International Day of Yoga in Embassy of India, Beijing, and more than 500 students attended this event and they all loved it. At the same time, 75 yoga institutes all over the China attended through online.
We are here in the Indian House, Beijing, China. We are celebrating 8th International Yoga celebration. Our Indian independence has 75 years. So we are connecting our International Yoga Day to the 75-year celebration together. So we connected online around 75 schools all around China. And also offline, we get more than 500 students join here to celebrate yoga. Today yoga is very successful and we enjoy a lot.
Another big event will be held by Indian Consulate in Guangzhou to celebrate the International Yoga Day (IYD) celebrations on June 21st. Indian Consulate in Shanghai will also hold another big mass yoga event on 26th of June. Yoga associations all over China were expected to hold the events to mark the IYD on June 21st. With report of Anshuman Mishra from Beijing, this is Nishit Kumar for World News All India Radio.
India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched the historic torch relay for the 44th Chess Olympiad at the Indira Gandhi Stadium in New Delhi on Sunday. This year, for the very first time, the International Chess Federation, FIDE, has instituted the Chess Olympiad torch, a part of the Olympic tradition. India is the first country to have the Chess Olympiad torch relay. FIDE President Arkady Dorkovich handed over the torch to Mr. Modi, who in turn handed it over to Grandmaster Vishwanathan Anand. This torch will be taken to 75 cities in a span of 40 days before the final culmination at Mahabalipuram near Chennai. At every location, chess grandmasters of the state will receive the torch. The 44th Chess Olympiad will be held in Chennai from 28th July to 10th of August 2022. Speaking on the occasion, Prime Minister Modi said, "Chess teaches everyone that only those people achieve real success who are far-sighted in their planning."
एनालिटिकल और प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग ब्रेन्स के लिए हमारे पूर्वजों ने चतुरंग या शतरंज जैसे खेलों का आविष्कार किया। भारत से होते हुए शतरंज दुनिया के अनेक देशों तक पहुंचा और खूब लोकप्रिय हुआ। आज स्कूलों में चेस युवाओं के लिए, बच्चों के लिए एक एजुकेशन टूल के रूप में भी इस्तेमाल हो रहा है। शतरंज सीखने वाले युवा अलग अलग क्षेत्रों में प्रॉब्लम सॉल्वर बन रहे हैं।
Mr. Modi said the ancestors of the country invented the games like Chaturang and chess for the analytical development of the brain. He said chess has spread to many countries of the world from India and has become very popular. Mr. Modi said New India's youth is excelling in every sport and they are making records. Referring to India's recent successes in Tokyo Olympics, Paralympics, Thomas Cup and boxing, the Prime Minister said there is no dearth of talent in the country.
अब हम 2024 पेरिस ओलंपिक्स और 2028 के लॉस एंजलिस ओलंपिक्स को टारगेट करके काम कर रहे हैं। टॉप स्कीम के तहत इस समय सैकड़ों खिलाड़ियों को सपोर्ट किया जा रहा है। देश के अलग अलग राज्यों और जिलों में आधुनिक स्पोर्ट इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर का निर्माण किया जा रहा है। देश की नई राष्ट्रीय शिक्षा नीति में भी स्पोर्ट्स को दूसरे विषयों की तरह ही प्राथमिकता दी गई है।
The Prime Minister appealed to players for making yoga a part of daily life and for enthusiastic participation in the upcoming International Yoga Day. On the occasion, Youth Affairs and Sports Minister Anurag Thakur said, "It is a special occasion for India as the land where chess originated is getting the opportunity for the first time to organize the Chess Olympiad." He said more than 2,000 players from 188 countries will participate in the Chess Olympiad.
India's top javelin thrower and 2020 Tokyo Olympic Games gold medalist Neeraj Chopra has declared his intention of winning gold in the opening Diamond League competition at Stockholm on the 30th of June. Neeraj said that despite the tough weather conditions, he continues to train with an eye on the top podium finish. Days after winning silver and setting a national record at the Paavo Nurmi Athletics meet, Chopra on Saturday clinched the men's javelin throw gold at the 2020 Kuortani Games in Finland with an impressive throw of 86.69 meters. The fifth and the final T20 international cricket match between India and South Africa was called off due to rain, with only 3.3 overs bowled at M. Chinnaswamy Stadium in Bengaluru on Sunday evening. The five-match series ends with a 2-2 draw, with both teams sharing the trophy. The rain had earlier interrupted the start of the play after the Proteas had elected to bowl first, and it had been reduced to 19 overs per side. Put into bat first, India were 28 for the loss of 2 wickets after 3.3 overs before rain came back to play sport and no more play was possible due to a wet outfield. Visitors won the first 2 matches before the hosts bounced back to level the series at 2-2. India's Ishan Kishan emerged as the most prolific batter in the series, scoring 206 runs in 5 innings at an average of 41.2 with 2 half-centuries. Indian bowler Harshal Patel emerged as the leading wicket-taker in the series, taking 7 wickets in 5 matches at an average of 12.57 and an economy rate of 7.23. In hockey, after defeating world number 2 Argentina by 2-1 in the shootout in the first leg, the Indian women's hockey team on Sunday conceded a 2-3 defeat against the same team in the second and the final leg of the FIH Hockey Pro League 2021-22 tie in Rotterdam, Netherlands. Despite leading the scoreline 1-0, India lost the lead as Argentina netted thrice in the third quarter. India finished their campaign in the third position behind Argentina and Netherlands.
Now let us take a look at the major developments around the world as reported in the foreign press. First, we have a look at the press reports on China. Bloomberg reports Chinese President Xi Jinping said corruption in the country remains severe and complicated even though progress has been made in the battle against graft. Reuters reports President Joe Biden said on Saturday he was in the process of making up his mind on easing US tariffs on China and planned to speak with Chinese President Xi Jinping soon. MIT Technology Review writes China wants all social media comments to be pre-reviewed before publishing. Bloomberg writes China faces a growing crisis of foreign investor confidence. ET writes Bangladesh has snubbed China on the Belt and Road Initiative ahead of Indo-Bangla foreign ministers meet in New Delhi.
Now let's have a look at the press reports on Nepal. The Himalayan Times writes that the United States' State Partnership Program, SPP, has become a political hot potato, with the ruling and the opposition parties eager to wash their hands off it. The Rising Nepal writes that Prime Minister Sher Bahadur Deuba has urged people's representatives to maintain the integrity and to bear people's needs in mind while performing given roles and responsibilities. The Himalayan Times writes that while addressing the Non-Resident Nepali Association seminar in Kathmandu on Friday, PM Deuba urged non-resident Nepalese across the globe to channel their capital and technical and business skills for the development of the nation.
Now let's have a look at the press reports from Baluchistan. In Baluchistan, at least 4 labourers were killed and 4 others injured after miscreants opened fire on a camp at Hadnai district on Friday night. The Express Tribune reports that labourers were inside their camp after working on the construction of a road in the Chapar lift area of the Hadnai district when they came under the attack.
Now let's have a look at the press reports from Afghanistan. The ANI report says a terrorist outfit, ISIS-K, has reportedly claimed responsibility for the attack on a Gurudwara in Afghanistan's capital, Kabul, that killed at least 2 people and injured 7. The Anadolu agency reports that Pakistan is facing new inflows of asylum seekers from neighbouring Afghanistan following the Taliban's takeover of Kabul, according to the UN Refugee Agency.
Now let's have a look at the press reports from Pakistan. The Express Tribune writes that despite the passage of more than 2 years, the Supreme Court is yet to fix ex-military ruler Pervez Musharraf's plea in open court, challenging the registrar's decision of not entertaining his appeal seeking to overturn the December 17, 2019 death sentence awarded to him by the special court in the high treason case.
And now a quick look at the headlines once again. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurates Pragati Maidan integrated transit corridor project in New Delhi. Says government is focusing on modernization of infrastructure driven by increasing ease of living for common people. 7th round of joint consultative commission between India and Bangladesh held in New Delhi. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar says both countries are looking forward to cooperate in new domains including artificial intelligence, cybersecurity and startups. 4 terrorists killed by security forces in separate encounters in Indian Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. In France, 2nd round voting for National Assembly is underway. Historic torch relay for 44th Chess Olympiad launched by Prime Minister at Indira Gandhi Stadium in Delhi. Tokyo Olympic gold medalist Neeraj Chopra clinches javelin gold in 2022 Kuorthane Games in Finland. And in cricket, 5th and final T20 international match between India and South Africa called off due to persistent rain in Bengaluru. Series ends at 2-2. And now before we end, let us listen to Mahatma Gandhi's favourite bhajan, Vaishnav Jan, by artists from Ghana. With that, we end this bulletin. We'll be back at the same time tomorrow with the next edition of World News.